Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about laryngomalacia. Laryngomalacia is the most common cause of stridor in infants is the laryngomalacia. This stridor which we are talking about, it is exacerbated in crying, agitation and feeding. And this stridor will improve if the baby sleeps in prone instead of supine position. If the baby sleeps in prone position, then this stridor will improve. The symptoms of this laryngomalacia will occur in the first 2 weeks of life, and the severity of symptoms increases in around 6 months. The diagnosis is done by flexible laryngoscope. And here in laryngomalacia, epiglottis is seen in omega shaped epiglottis, or like this shape of epiglottis is seen, right? This is laryngomalacia. Then we have the next thing about the congenital lung malformations. We have mainly 4 different types of congenital lung malformations. One, it can be pulmonary hypoplasia. Pulmonary hypoplasia can occur mainly in the setting of oligohydramnios in the womb. When the baby has decreased amniotic fluid, then the lungs are not formed properly, because amniotic fluid is very important for the formation of lungs, proper lungs. Second, pulmonary sequestration. In pulmonary sequestration, a part of the lung is not connected to the airways. So if this is the lung, if this part if this part is not connected to the lung and airways, then we call it as pulmonary sequestration. The most common cause of pulmonary sequestration is intralobar type. This pulmonary sequestration we will learn in detail in surgery. Then the next type, the third type of congenital malformation of lung is congenital lobar emphysema. In congenital lobar emphysema, there is over distension of one or more lobes of lungs is seen. If there is over distension of one or more lobes of lung, this will lead to congenital lobar emphysema. Here mainly the left upper lobe is more commonly involved, and this causes atelectasis of the ipsilateral normal lung can occur. Because of this emphysema, the normal lung may undergo atelectasis. So because of the over distension of one or more lobes of the lung, think that this lung is over distended, it has over expanded, over distended, sorry. So this can push the other lung also, and this will also cause atelectasis of the normal lung also because of over distension. Okay, now because of this, the baby does not have proper gaseous exchange, so that results in tachypnea, dyspnea and cyanosis. So in congenital lobar emphysema, surgery must be done in symptomatic cases. Then we have the fourth and final we have the fourth congenital malformation, which is congenital cystic adenomatoid malformation. In congenital cystic adenomatoid malformation, here there is mainly you see this is mainly due to hamartomatous or dysplastic lung tissue is present here. Here this is the lung, this is one more lung. Okay, there is a cystic malformation here, so you will see hypolucency in this area. Okay, you will see blackish colored thing in this area, like cystic things in the lungs. Okay, so the differential diagnosis of this is diaphragmatic hernia. But in congenital cystic adenomatoid malformation, if you closely observe the X-ray, you will see that the diaphragm is intact. And here the patient presents with respiratory distress, recurrent pulmonary infections, and also pneumothorax. Okay, so surgery is indicated in these in symptomatic cases. So this is about congenital cystic adenomatoid malformations. Thank you for watching.